Thank you, Olivia. 9:33 in development now. Some residents of a luxury Inner Harbor apartment complex are reaching out to Fox 45 after they say they have been living in less than ideal or even unsafe conditions for weeks now. Shannon Lilly joining us here in studio with their calls for action from owners and managers of that property. Shannon?
Well, keep in mind, Tom, this complex has been owned and operated by Questar Properties for 7 years. And in that time, the executive vice president says they've never had an event quite like this. But renters say what started as a bad situation has only gotten worse.
In the heart of Baltimore's Inner Harbor, there's a building that towers above the rest, boasting of luxury at the water's edge. But residents of the 414 Light Street apartments say there's nothing luxurious about the storm of sorts that hit them June 12th. And still trickling on nearly a month later.
Be very careful, guys, because there's a lot happening, but this is what you see or you're met with when you enter my apartment.
This resident who asked us not to share her name.
And right over here is kind of where the source of the water was, where it started leaking into my apartment.
Says it's hardly the view she pays thousands a month for. In fact, she's been out of a home.
Was hoping that by this time I would have my apartment back, because like I said, it happened on June 12th, and we're still drying out my apartment today.
Her unit on the 17th floor, one of about 70 damaged by a significant water leak, soaking through multiple floors and prompting weeks of repairs.
A lot of us are in the same club that none of us want to be a part of.
In fact, some 14 stories below,
Okay.
Sophia McCormick's unit also not spared.
You can come in and then see that all the drywall has been removed here. All the flooring has been removed in my entire apartment.
But beyond the exposed outlets, holes in her ceiling, and hazards for both her and her 16-year-old dog.
These unsafe edges here, like where the trim is sticking out, it's one here, and then there's one over here also in the kitchen.
McCormick's biggest concern, what she calls a lack of meaningful communication from management about the ongoing repairs, and left with few options but to endure it.
No accommodations in the hotel, no availability in the guest suite. I requested to transfer apartments and was told that there weren't any apartments to transfer to.
We took those concerns straight to the executive vice president of Questar Properties, who says management and ownership have been working tirelessly since the leak occurred, while also adding that renters are required to have renter's insurance, which covers temporary relocation if necessary. But that has not been McCormick's experience.
My renter's insurance, my personal policy, does not cover lodging.
She says that's especially the case given management does not deem the damaged living spaces to be uninhabitable. But when we asked what would constitute as uninhabitable, the company, with no formal definition, citing each case as unique.
I would like to know what that would look like for it to qualify, because I'm missing baseboards. As you can see, I'm missing walls. I have no flooring. I don't have the ability to be here safely, and I'm concerned about my well-being.
She is now planning to take this fight to court over rent payments she believes she should not owe. Meanwhile, for McCormick,
You know, we live in an apartment community because we want easy living.
but she says it is a far cry from the effortless day-to-day the company promotes online.
To this moment, I don't have any information on when it's going to be completed. And so I just decided that I can't live like this, open-ended. And so I'm moving out in 2 weeks.
Well, in response to our questions about repair timelines, the executive vice president says they intend to finish in the next several weeks and will provide updates to each resident in the coming days. In fact, some residents have received word, guys, just yesterday that the restoration process will begin tomorrow at long last. I'm Shannon Lilly reporting in the studio, Fox 45 News.